to Cafecito and Crime. This is Barb.
Yo soy Estela.
And we have a special guest today.
My name is Vanessa.
Oh my God.
She's using her representative voice.
She's using the voice.
Vote for Vanessa.
She's using the voice que usa cuando habla pagar los biles. Hello? Who is this? No, she doesn't live here.
I use my, I went to Harvard voice.
Oh, cálmate.
Spell Harvard.
H-A-R-V-A-R-D.
Don't play with
okay.
her because she was the spelling bee
champion.
So
I
don't
forgot.
play with her.
Definitely.
Definitely. Okay, so I know Vanessa is
My
Barbie's
sister, yeah.
And she's the one that helps us with our Instagram page.
Yes. So she's a Cafecito and Crime
Manager?
employee. We don't treat her very well.
Or pay her.
But she's okay with that.
She's here.
And then not only that, but she does a very good job of marketing.
Yeah.
I think
you
so.
haven't posted this last
I
week.
actually haven't. I've been so busy.
No, you know what? Maribel's like, I don't want to complain, but I don't know what these people look like. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
Wow, sister.
I'll get it done.
No, that's what she said last week. She's like, I've been so busy. So we
have a lot going on.
Yeah,
everybody has a lot going on.
Everybody has a lot going on. But we invited her over, and like, nobody could tell her nothing right now.
Yeah.
Se cree pinche leso
She
and
was
shit.
so excited to be on the podcast.
I am very excited. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Not only that, but thank you for coming just for this, because you only came for this.
Yes.
I know you did.
I actually did.
No, stop lying.
I did.
Yeah, stop lying. But thank you so much for joining us, guys. So today we were going to be talking about...
Today we're going to be talking about Judy Buenoano.
Bueno año.
Pero they, it's in English, so they say Judy Buenoano.
Stop.
And she's known as the Black Widow.
Oh, this is a new one.
Have you heard of that?
I haven't heard of it.
No, there's a lot of Black Widows,
I
but
know,
she's known as the Black Widow.
The Black Widow.
She is the Black Widow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So this case mostly takes place in Canada, pero not Canada, what the fuck? Florida.
Canada, Florida?
I don't know
Estás
where
bien
that came
pendeja.
from.
Okay.
But they leave Florida, like they move, but then they come back to live in Florida again.
So does Canada come in?
No, not at all.
Oh,
I don't know where that came from.
madre.
No sé. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
So for today's case, the fun, weird, random fact.
I know. What do we call it? Fun, weird, random fact?
Whatever. Just fact.
Fact
is that in the state of Florida,
in Florida.
and that the punishment for horse theft is death by hanging.
Now, or was that?
But because of the Eighth Amendment, which part of it is no cruel and unusual punishments are to be inflicted, you can be hanged for stealing a horse. But it is punishable by up to 5 years in prison or fined up to $5,000.
And random thought, but doesn't Florida still have the electric chair?
No.
They don't anymore?
No.
I thought we still had some states that do, and I thought Florida was one of them.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
But I don't know a lot of people in Florida that might have horses. Maybe
You never
alligators.
know.
Well, I don't want to say anything about people that live in Florida.
No.
But
Don't say nothing as we can.
my respects to anybody that lives in Florida.
Yes.
Well,
Florida.
Texas
We
is not-
love
no.
you, and,
Apparently
shout out.
Texas is in Florida?
Yes, but
Yeah.
there's some crazy people in Florida and some
yeah.
crazy
Oh, yeah.
laws.
When I used to listen to the Breakfast Club in the morning,
Yes.
like all the
Yes.
donkey of the day.
The donkey of the day.
All the
yes.
donkey other days.
Are from either Florida or the Bronx.
Or the
right?
Bronx,
Yes.
yes. And I mean, look, I love the Floridians.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
we love them.
They have
because
nice weather.
we also love Florida.
Yeah.
Pero I'm just saying, I've seen some crazy shit on TV
Yeah.
que hacen las people in Florida.
Yeah.
No sé yo si será cierto o no, ¿verdad? Pero ahí dicen, ¿verdad? Que la people, puede ser que la people de Florida, pero we love you guys.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out. Okay, so let's get started. So Judy, as she was known, was born Julius Welty on April 4th, 1943
Makes her a Pisces.
in Quanah, Texas.
There you go. She's Texan, and you put Texas and Florida together. That's what you get.
That's exactly what you get.
That's exactly what you get.
Girl.
Yeah.
So don't get married to no man in Florida, girl.
Your kids be
Your
looking for it.
kid, girl. I don't know about that.
And I believe she was named Julius after her mom.
Julius is a fucking badass name.
That's pretty cool.
That's
Yeah.
a fucking badass name.
And I looked up what Quanah, I think that's how you say it, where it's located, and it's 192 miles northwest of Fort Worth.
Oh,
So it's kind of
están
like
ahí
heading to
cerca.
Armadillo. And it's bordering, well, not bordering, but it's kind of close to the state line of Oklahoma.
Oh, ese es el pedo. Oh. Ese es el pedo porque están ahí, ya sabes, the people from Oklahoma, you know.
¿También?
No, pues no estamos todos bien, ¿verdad? Nadie.
No.
So when Judy was 2 or 4, not quite sure because the news sources kind of vary on the age. Not that it really matters. Her mom passed away from tuberculosis. So cuando su mom se murió, this pretty much caused the whole family to kind of separate.
Okay.
And I'm sorry I didn't say, but she was the third child out of 4 kids. So there was, yeah. So when se murió su mamá, the family pretty much disintegrated. Their dad pretty much like gave them all up for adoption.
No quiso saber nada.
And la grandma de la mom that passed away ended up getting Judy and her younger brother, Robert, after a little bit. So she ended up getting custody of them too.
But the other ones were...
Up for adoption. Yeah, wow. They got adopted. Mm-hmm. Después, el papá pasó tiempo and the dad ended up getting remarried. So el señor se casó y he took Judy and Robert back from the grandma.
I was about to say, so yeah, it was just...
Yeah,
okay.
Y después la familia moved to Roswell, New Mexico.
Where the aliens.
Did you ever watch that show, Roswell?
I did. I haven't. I've heard about it, but I haven't watched
used to watch it. It was like a teen drama show, like aliens. He was an alien, pretty much, the guy.
He was an alien?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I never watched that.
Are you guys remember, well, I'm showing my age here now for a bit.
No, aquí todas estamos bien jóvenes.
Yeah, so, where Tom, no, it wasn't Tom Hanks.
Smallville.
No, the other one.
Tom Welling.
Mindy is in that he was an alien. It was the guy, not Tom Hanks, the other one that died of suicide.
Died of suicide?
You know which one I'm talking about, guys?
No.
The one that was a comedian that did
Robin Williams?
Robin Williams. Oh my God, I can't believe that. Robin Williams did a show back in the 80s that was he was an alien and he used to wear suspenders. I can't remember the name.
I know what you're talking about. I don't. Was it the one with Delphi?
No.
I don't know. It wasn't.
Well, anyways, he was.
Cálmate.
He was an alien in that show as well. Yeah, you need to look it up. It's really funny. And it's when he's younger.
I don't know. I don't think
it was a TV show.
It was a TV show.
I don't know about funny.
Okay.
It was funny. It was funny.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. to Robin Williams.
All the R.I.Ps. I'm just saying, pobrecito, but I'm just saying.
But anyway, back to the story. Sorry. So in the household now, it was 4 children. Judy and Robert. Y luego la señora, la madrastra con la que se casó su dad, she had 2 sons. So it was 4 of them and then the 2 parents. Now, Judy claimed that her life was like a shit show in Roswell, that her dad and her stepmom abused her physically and mentally. And she said that they starved her and worked her like a slave.
Damn.
This is what she says. Y según que, like... Allegedly. Cuando she didn't do like the chores the way that they wanted her to, they would all eat dinner and she would just sit there and watch them
like a
eat.
maid.
Yeah, y no le dejaban comer and she would just see them eat and stuff. Like
¿Pero
that.
porque era mujer o por qué?
I don't know.
Wow.
They had her like a maid, basically.
Yeah.
So she was going to be the one to clean, to cook, and, right?
Yeah.
Punish her if she didn't do it right.
Yeah. Y when Judy was 14, she was sent to prison for 2 months for attacking her stepmom and her dad. So, según lo que pasó es que she was defending her little brother because I think they said that la stepmom and the dad were beating up Robert y ella se metió a defenderlo and she started beating the shit out of them too. So she got sent to prison for it. Y cuando salió, I think she was there only 2 months, 60 days. Y cuando salió, she was like, they were like going to ship her off back. She was like, no, I don't want to go back. So they sent her to like a reform school and she was there until she graduated.
Pobrecita.
We're starting with what I could hear is we're starting with a lot of build-up rage.
A build-up rage.
Gather, yes.
Yeah. Y she was there until she graduated. I think it was either 1959 or 1960, one of those two. But she was 16 when she graduated. Y she returned to Roswell and became a nursing assistant at Eastern New Mexico Medical Center. Okay, so that's where we're at con Judy.
Judy is a nurse assistant.
She's going through some shit.
Yeah.
Some shot?
Yeah. Oh, okay, está con madre. La shot.
Now, I'm not really sure what ended up happening, pero she got pregnant. And
no, mom.
And she had a son. on March 30th of 1961.
What do you mean you're not sure what happened? She had fucking sex and she got pregnant?
Well, I know that, but like who was the dad
Like,
and
who
stuff
the
like that.
relationship
The relationship
was.
came about.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, she was in school like everybody else. So, I mean, she probably found somebody in the juvenile system.
In the society.
In the society.
En la
No,
sociedad.
pues, digo.
So el niño se llamaba Michael. Like I said, Judy never talked about the dad, so there wasn't really anything known about who he was or anything like that. So it was just Judy.
Hola, la güeyita. La Yuri.
Así now we're going to say
Yeah, La Yuri.
La Yuri.
So La Yuri and Michael, it was just them two until she caught the attention of 27-year-old Air Force officer James Goodyear.
Goodyear.
And La Yuri is how old at this age, when she had Michael?
So that was in 1961, and she was born in 1943. She was like 18, 19. Okay. Yeah, 18, 19. Yeah, por ahí. So he was like a good...
Le hizo los ojitos
he was like a good 10 years older than her.
Okay.
So era más grande. Sí, porque he was an officer.
He was an officer.
He was
an Air Force officer.
Yeah.
Officer.
Esta güey anda bien peda ya.
I believe they also met in 1961, like right after she had, I think she had just given birth. The Michael.
She was a little fast.
Yeah.
She a little hussy.
They met in 1961 and they got married in 1962.
No, pues es que va rápido.
A lo que vas.
A lo que vas, es todo.
So James ended up adopting Michael.
Mira, quiso el guachito.
And they also had 2 more kids, ellos. They had James Jr. in 1966 y luego Kimberly in 1967. So they were living in Orlando, Florida by that point cuando nació Kimberly. So Kimberly was already, estaban viviendo allá en Orlando.
Maybe because he got stationed over there, you know?
Yes,
they
exactly.
do move around a lot.
Yeah, they do. So they had a good marriage for a while until they started to argue.
Let me guess.
More often than they previously had ever argued in their marriage. No, it's not like these other cases.
No, I was about to say, he cheated. So they had a good marriage.
Yeah, they had a good marriage. You know, they had kids, they had a house, you know, he was in the army.
Well, we thought.
Yeah, we thought. So when they started arguing, it wasn't long after James left for Vietnam. He got sent over to the war.
Okay.
Yeah. He returned in 1971 after being gone for about a year. Not long after that, maybe like 3 months or so of being back home, he began suffering from like some symptoms que no se sentía bien, which was like nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, fever, and even hallucinations.
COVID symptoms.
Yeah, and he said that he would sound like un pinche bunny in su cama and shit.
A bunny.
A bunny.
But a lot of people that, you know, came back from Vietnam had those symptoms.
Pues si no llegan bien.
Through a lot.
Sí, no llegan bien. And
especially at that time, you don't know what's over there and stuff. So he was admitted
and what they lived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was admitted to the hospital where he told his doctor that he had been experiencing those symptoms for about 2 weeks. The doctors thought that he had an intestinal virus that he brought back from Vietnam.
They thought he had H. pylori, bitch.
And they tried to stabilize him, but they weren't able to do so. And he died on September 16th of 1971.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He died
So
fast.
after he came from Vietnam, he started having Vietnam. He immediately got sick. He came back with the symptoms.
Well, he started noticing them when he was back.
When he was back. And then when he went to the doctor and they thought it was a virus. Se murió luego.
Yeah, se murió. He had been back for like 3 months when he started kind of like feeling sick here and there.
Dang.
But then when he actually felt sick enough to go to the hospital, he was like, no, I've been having the symptoms consistently for about 2 weeks. Yeah. You know, because sometimes you're like, no es nada, luego se me pasa.
Tomas Pepto-Bismol.
Tomas un agua mineral.
Mi papá dice, baking soda.
Baking soda, sí, no.
Chale tantita baking soda y ya.
Sí, una spray con limón.
Yeah, te
echas vaporú, te lo comes.
Yeah. So, like I said, he passed away on September 16th of 1971. He was only 37.
Oh, dude, September 16th was yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh,
his anniversary.
His anniversary.
That's
Somebody
creepy.
do the math. How long ago was this?
No, I'm not doing shit.
It's 11 o'clock at night, girl. Yeah, we ain't talking about math.
It's 10:40.
Or 10:40.
Okay, so.
Pero como quiera, R.I.P.
To James.
Goodyear. Goodwill, iba a decir yo.
James Goodyear.
No, I think you're gonna have to let me just take over the show because y'all can't do it.
Don't be fucking up his name. Te jalar las patas.
Ay, no le tengo miedo. Véngase, compita.
He seemed like a good guy.
Yeah, he seemed like he no me las va a jalar.
Yeah.
So after his death,
La
Yuri collected money from his insurance policies, life insurance policies.
Tenía life insurance.
Yeah, because he was in the military.
So he had all the benefits.
Yeah,
all the benefits. And then he was technically, if he was already back, he was a survivor. He was a vet.
Yeah.
You could call him a vet, right? Okay.
So $33,000 in a life insurance and $62,000 in an indemnity.
Ay, la madre.
$62,000 in indemnity compensation from the Veterans Administration.
That's a lot of money back then,
that's a lot
dude.
of money.
Back then, yeah.
But then, not long after James's death, another tragedy hit the Goodyears. La casa donde vivía la Judy y sus kids ended up burning down.
Ay, la madre.
For that, también, because that was still under James's name, so all that was like fully covered. Like I said, he had the good benefits.
Yeah.
And she got another $90,000.
$90,000
in an insurance settlement.
So she got 90, 60 plus 33.
She had collected about $185,000 in insurance policies, and in 1971, that's a lot of money, and that's a lot of money now.
1971.
So she was balling.
That doesn't bring back her husband or her house.
Yeah, and in today's
It's not
time,
the money.
Cállate.
It's the memories.
Oh, okay. In today's time, that's worth about $1.2 million today.
What the fuck, dude?
That's a lot of
That's
money.
a lot of money.
She was balling.
No,
But it's not the money, it's the memories. Sorry.
It's not the money.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Vanessa. Sorry.
sorry.
No, ahorita que abrió la boca la güey. No, eso no. It's not the
sentimental.
money. It's not the
It's
money. It's not
sentimental.
the money.
So after the home burned down, Judy got her
That
kiddos.
sounded horrible. After their home burned down.
Sorry. Después que se le quemó la casa.
Yeah, like,
Judy got her kiddos and her coins.
I thought that for some reason I thought that they had kids together, but it wasn't them. It was her parents.
no, she had kids.
James Jr.
James Jr. and
Kimberly.
Kimberly.
Oh,
Yeah.
too.
So they
Esta
had three.
peda.
Yeah, se me pasó. That's my bedtime.
And so she grabbed her kids and they moved to Pensacola in 1972. So Pensacola.
En la Florida.
See, it's right on the panhandle.
Yes.
Blah, blah. So ahí, in 1972, she started dating Bobby Joe Morris.
You know what's going to be bad news if their name is Bobby Joe.
Bobby Joe?
¿Y de dónde era? ¿De ahí de la Florida?
Sí.
Oh, chetos.
Y que no se puede estar quieta tantito, nomás estar luego
Oye, de
con
uno
alguien
con
más.
otro.
No puede guardar luto. No puede guardar luto ni madre.
No,
So now in 1972, it's about the money, not the memories. Because now it's 1972, not 1971.
Oh.
So now it's about the money, not the memories.
And now she got
She's
a
at one-
little taste
Yeah.
of the money.
Hermana, pues
a
es
little?
que
She got a whole lot of taste of the monies.
Esa hermana is $1.something million,
In
dude.
today's time.
In today's time. Bueno, pues sí, pero entonces era un verbo
Yeah,
de
that's a lot of
dinero,
money.
bro.
So, like I said, she started dating Bobby Joe Morris,
Bobby
and
Joe?
they had a good relationship. They seemed to get along really well. But
She's just a good person.
Yeah, eventually, all good things come to an end, right?
It's not supposed to, pendeja.
Well, I mean, ¿qué quieres que te diga?
In a marriage?
No, they were dating.
Oh, they were only dating.
Yeah, they were dating.
Oh, they
yeah.
were dating. Yo pensé que se... No, es que andaba dating.
she
Andaba
was
viendo a ver
dating.
qué pedo, you know?
Sí.
You have to try before you buy.
No,
Yeah.
¿y qué le dije a mi daughter today? I told you I had to try all the flavors.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
All the
So,
boyfriends.
like I said, they had been dating, pero ya luego Bobby, he was like, no, I don't want to be with you anymore.
Ay, qué perro.
And Bobby was like, well, I'm going to leave the state of Florida. So this is in 1977. He grabbed his little chivas
Oh,
and shit.
shit.
Yeah, so they
So
did it for a
duraron
while.
bastante,
Yeah.
güey.
did it for a
O
while.
sea,
Yeah, so
yeah.
agarró sus chivas, Bobby Joe Morris, y se largó to Colorado.
Pinche puto.
Yeah. So se largó, and in July of 1977, otra vez, esta pobre, Judy necesita una pinche limpia porque otra vez se le quemó la casa.
No mames.
Sí. And then, se le quemó la casa and she collected insurance money on that too. And I couldn't find how much.
But it was probably a lot.
I'm sure. But I don't know because James wouldn't be on the name of this house.
No, wait, pero let's think about it. If she put the insurance money herself, let's say que she
The
put
premium,
whatever the
that she was
premium
paying,
was,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, she collected it.
So
Se
le quemó la casa a la pobre otra vez.
Ay, no mames.
And then she was like, I still want to be with Bobby. So me voy a ir a seguir a Bobby.
Se fue para el
Se fue a
Colorado.
Colorado. She grabbed her little coins, her little kiddos again, y se fue a seguir a Bobby.
Pues es que tiene la feria, o sea, she could do that, you know?
Yeah, she has a means to do
Yeah,
it.
she has a means to
Pero,
just pick up
pero
and
es
go.
que Bobby dijo que ya no la quería.
Pero cuando estaba allá, Bobby was like, pues aquí está, ni mosca le diga que no. And they got back together.
Ah, ok.
Yeah,
Ok, bueno.
yeah, they got back together.
La recogió.
Yeah, la recogió.
La recogió con sus
y aparte
niñitos.
Bobby- ella tiene dinero.
Y a Bobby vio que estaba el dinerito ahí.
No, y luego pues recogió más money.
Y luego, he's like, well, she's putting in the effort. Maybe no seguir acá.
Yeah.
And she has money. Why
Yeah,
not? We already
yeah.
been together 5 years. Let's give it a try.
Dating, ¿eh?
Dating.
Dating. ¿No crees que se casaron?
No.
dating.
Yeah.
So ya para eso están in Colorado in 1977.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it was a small town called Trinidad in Colorado. So in
I
January...
actually told Stella in the last episode that I feel like Colorado, there's only like 2 places there, even though there's like so many other places. But in my mind, there's only like
Denver.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know why.
Like,
Like,
I feel like it's like that when you don't live in that state, you
Yeah.
know, like you only recognize
I'm
certain
sure that
towns.
people that don't live in Texas say there's only a couple cities.
they probably just recognize Houston and Dallas and that's it.
Or Austin.
Or Austin.
San Antonio.
Yeah, San Antonio.
No,
But
they
we
think,
know all of that because we live here though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyways.
if anybody that's out of state that follows us or that listens, the 3 people that listen to us, if y'all want to let us know if y'all realize that there's more than just Dallas and Houston and more than horses.
Yes. Do you realize that we don't ride horses to work?
No.
Oh, when I was in high school and I was in this cultura clubs and, you know, we raised money and we went to California, right? And we were seeing how schools were out in LA and all that stuff. So we went to a high school and it was like in a building in downtown LA. It was like an office building. And to go to the gym, they had to fucking take like a train or some shit to go across town.
Damn.
So when we were there, they were like, oh, so do you guys ride horses to school?
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, we do.
Bitch, when I went to New York in 2000 and what was it, in 06?
Seven?
No, 09, I went to New York for work.
It was before.
I don't know, but anyway, I went to New York and the people over there were like, "Oh, are you from Austin?" No, I'm from Houston. Like,
I mean, what other city do you know in New York?
I mean, yeah,
besides New York?
besides New York.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, the Bronx,
Rochester.
yeah. Pero además de eso, bitch, tell me why the people thought they wear your boots. Bitch, I don't wear boots all the time.
And a cowboy hat.
And a cowboy
You
hat.
left it here?
Yes, I left it. How could I? I'm like, bitch, no.
The only time I wear cowboy boots is for rodeo season, and even then, ni voy
No,
a
I
pinche
like
rodeo.
them, pero like, I'm not gonna
We don't, in Dallas, we don't do that.
I mean, there's people that do.
No, but y'all go to
personally
the
don't.
like the fair and shit.
the state
But
fair.
I
it's
don't
not
wear-
the state fair, but no, it's not.
No,
about
we
wearing
have
boots.
like our rodeo season's a big deal here. Like
Yeah.
we have rodeo day. We have like that's a big deal. So we do wear boots, pero no mames, I'm not gonna wear them to fucking New York. Pinche frío
How
and
did
shit.
we get off topic?
I don't know. Shut up.
Get
Go
it back
ahead.
in.
Okay, let's reel it back in, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, la fue a seguir a Bobby allá en Colorado. So in January of 1978 now, Bobby Joe started getting sick.
Don't tell me. COVID symptoms.
Otra vez?
He pretty much had the same symptoms que tenía James Goodyear.
But you know what? To be honest, those symptoms, now that all of this pandemic is, they are very like common symptoms of anything.
A lot of
it could be
illnesses
cancer.
there.
It could be just
It could
a
be
lot
H-
of things.
It could be H. pylori.
Yes, so it doesn't have to be a certain thing. It could be many things. So they're very common symptoms. So just because he got sick, just like the first husband, doesn't mean that there was anything going on.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, sister.
Or we've been doing this a
We've been doing this a little bit longer.
You know.
So he got
See, you
admitted.
have to give her the benefit of the
I
doubt.
am the expert.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, entertainer. Okay, my bad.
So he got admitted into the hospital, el Bobby Joe.
También en el
Y
hospital.
it was the same hospital, and Judy, she was working as a nurse assistant at that hospital where Bobby Joe got admitted into. Doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong with Bobby Joe. Y as they were treating him, he got better a little bit, right?
Okay.
And he got released even. He got
Oh, so
better
he
enough
got-
to get released. Pero a couple of days later, he was back at home con la Judy y los kiddos, and they were having dinner. Y sas cayó en la mesa. Like, se
Like a heart
desmayó.
attack.
No, se desmayó. And then he was admitted back into the hospital, and he died 2 days later.
A la verga.
Did you find any information about like how her was she showing any
Remorse?
emotion? Like was she crying? Was she like, oh my goodness, my
We'll
this
get
man.
into that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was she like panicked? You know?
Well, I'm sure. I mean, it doesn't say that many details about when you're
I know,
looking
but I'm
into
just
this
saying,
stuff,
like,
but,
this bitch, like, just...
And his cause of death was cardiac arrest and metabolic acidosis, which is the buildup of acid in the body due to kidney disease or kidney
It's gonna
failure.
happen to me. I'm telling you. Because I'm a hypochondriac. It's gonna happen.
No,
to
this
me.
bitch is gonna be tomorrow's Barbie. I think I have,
I have a lot of acid in my stomach.
acid macadosis. Acid macadosis.
I spell it?
No, she's not
be
the
like-
spelling
You're
bee
like,
champ
no,
on
it's
that one.
better- it's
I'll
better.
be like, I'm too sick for that. You need to take me to the hospital.
She's like, I don't know what it is, but I have it, bitch. I mean, shut the fuck up. Oh, no, ya, eso tengo yo. Eso tengo
Just
yo.
put some baking soda in your Sprite.
That's it. We got it.
So, like Judy, ya se murió el pobre Bobby Joe.
¿Y no tenía insurance, Bobby Joe?
Pero no estaban casados.
She ended up collecting multiple life insurance policies.
But they were married.
That's okay.
You can name them. You can name them as your beneficiary.
Beneficiary.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and then esta when she was getting the life, what?
Beneficiary.
I'm telling you.
No, bitch. No, ese sale. A ver.
Beneficiary.
No, why you have to go lower? Why you
What's that word that
Beneficiary. Beneficiary. No, es que se me sale el español, güey.
Hey, ¿cuál es esa palabra that we were having trouble saying? Digestive?
No, I don't remember.
This is word that we say it, and then we're like, it sounds like we're saying it wrong. And then Alex came in. I'm like, hey, Alex, say this word. And he said it like we said it. I'm like, that's wrong. But that's
odd. It was just like, it sounded crazy.
It sounded weird, but anyway.
It's weird because we have an accent, and people say we have an accent, but I know I have an accent. No, we have an accent.
Yeah, you had an accent.
No, bitch, an accent.
Yeah, she started when she was giving them. She was using Bobby's last name. She was going by La Judy Morris. But legally, that wasn't her last name. But, there were common law, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So the
I
life
wonder
insurance
when common law started being like a thing. Like,
you want to look it up real quick?
Yeah, look it up. Let me look it up.
Okay, so she looked it up.
So in the United States, common law marriage has been in existence since the horse and buggy days of 1877.
A la verga.
Yeah.
I thought you meant 1977.
No, 18.
Oh, okay.
So this, while it might sound like I don't know.
Yeah, so it's been around for a really long time.
Bitch, it's been since 1877.
Okay. So like I said, she ended up collecting on multiple life insurance policies.
Multiple, güey. No, ya le gustó el pedo esta, güey.
I believe it was 3 life insurance policies.
This hoe didn't even have any fucking vergüenza.
And I'm not sure what the amounts were. Some sources said it was $23,000, but I don't know if they meant that as like individually or as a collective. And other ones said it was like $50,000 for all 3 or something like that.
We'll say 50.
We'll say 50, yeah. Pero pues en este tiempo ya 50 es un chingo.
Yeah, también.
But you have to think about, she's already collected on a lot of others before that, so she has some change.
And not only that, but she has a job.
Yeah.
Like she has a job. It's not like she's just chilling at the crib, so está juntando.
Yeah.
Ya tiene su guardadito. Yeah.
So cuando la mamá de Bobby Joe heard que he had passed away, of course she was fucking devastated, but she always suspected foul play. Judy was like, okay, well, I'm gonna cremate him, and his mom was like, hell no. He was like, you're gonna send his remains or his body to me in Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah. And because he was from Alabama, sure enough, so la mom ended up getting his body, and he was buried.
See, porque technically it wasn't her
She
man's.
wasn't the next of kin.
Nah.
And I wonder what made her suspect. Like, I wonder if they didn't just have a good relationship.
O se peleaban o algo.
And so she was like, okay, this doesn't sound right. He was healthy. Like something happened. Like, I wonder what put that thought in her
mind.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So he was buried in his hometown of Bruton, Alabama. And Judy did not attend the funeral.
Hija de la fregada.
He was...
No, pues ya pa' qué, si lo que tenía ella, lo que quería era el dinero, güey.
Yeah. And he was 36, 37.
También.
Yeah. And Judy was 35 at the time. Yeah. So they were like the same age. So La Judy and her kids stayed in Colorado for a little bit longer. Pero in May of 1978, so now we're in 1978, she changed her family's last name to Buenoano or Buenoano, which is the Spanish word for Goodyear.
Goodyear.
Which was their last name.
Oh.
Can you do that?
Yeah, you can change your name to whatever the fuck you want.
Dude, I want to change my name, bitch.
I didn't know you could do that. Like, so if I don't want my last name to be my dad's last name, I could just say, oh, I want to be
Maldonado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be Veronica Castro.
Yeah. You can change your name to whatever you want.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I didn't know if I knew your first name. No, I'm not a Friends fan.
Oh, okay.
I know your first name you can change it. I didn't know your last name you can change it.
Dude, that's all over like places like that people can, like whenever that movie they will change their names and move to other cities, bitch.
We're talking about movies now. I'm talking about real life.
I didn't know you could change I know you could change your last name. Your first name.
Yeah, you can change your name to whatever you want.
This bitch said Bueno Año.
Like your name that you already had.
Like Goodyear.
Like Goodyear, pero in Spanish.
Is she spoke Spanish?
No, porque there was some things, su mom, I think, had ties or had like a Native American descent.
Okay.
So she said that, but...
It has nothing nada que ver, güey.
Yeah.
Native Americans are not Latins or Hispanics.
Yeah. Pero, yeah. So that was kind of like something weirdly
That was kind of weird. Yeah.
Pero like you already have the name, but it's now you just want it in Spanish. But whatever floats your boat, lady.
Maybe she just wanted to be exotic.
And she has the money to do it.
Yeah,
so.
she has money. She can do whatever she wants.
She can do whatever she wants.
Yeah. So in June of that same year of 1978, otra vez la Judy agarró sus kiddos and her new coins, and she moved back to Pensacola, Florida. So in 1979, at 18, her oldest son, Michael, joined the Army. And he had done it after dropping out of high school. Michael always struggled a lot as a child in school. And he had like a low IQ. He had like behavioral problems. He was always like acting out.
Well, maybe that's why she didn't want nobody to know who his daddy was.
Maybe. Or maybe it came from whatever issues.
Well, or he's just gone through a lot. I mean, they keep moving around. She's with these different men.
Y luego se muere. And not only that,
for a child.
this last one died in their fucking eating dinner and shit. The fuck?
And there was a point that when I was doing research, they said that que Judy no lo quería al niño. Y que there was a point that when Judy was able to put him in a sort of like of a foster care for psychiatric treatment at a state hospital. He was there for some time just so she wouldn't have to take care of him.
Hija de la pelona, mira, toda va y lo deja.
Yeah, and I think he was in there and she took him out so they could move to Colorado. To follow. Yeah. Y también there was a time that it said that when he was younger and she would have visitors que lo encerraban en un cuarto o le hablaba a una babysitter que viniera y se lo llevara like outside or somewhere mientras iban los visitors. Mm-hmm.
That's so strange though. Like why
no
just him?
They say that because he gave her like a bad look because he was born out of wedlock.
Oh,
back in the day, and she was young, mom, not married, and had like a bastard son, if you want to.
That's what they would call him.
Yeah, they would call him, yeah.
That's horrible.
So he dropped out of high school and he joined the Army, and he ended up getting stationed in Fort Benning, Georgia. He went down to Pensacola for Thanksgiving that year, and then he went back home. So pasaron los holidays, pasó Thanksgiving, he went back home. When he got home, he started feeling sick. So he was taken to the hospital that it's for members of the Army in Washington, D.C. The doctors found out that Michael had been poisoned. They found 7 times the normal levels of arsenic in his body.
Holy shit.
Yeah. They did manage to save his life. I think he had been in the hospital and they were trying to treat him for like weeks, that the muscles in his body and his arms and his legs began to waste away. He wasn't able to use his arms or his legs.
So he couldn't go back to the Army.
And he required metal braces, like in his, to help him walk in his
like
arm.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
I was about to say like Forrest Gump.
Tenía en sus legs. He had one in his arm. And he'd have to walk, but with like a cane, kind of just help him walk like a little bit. And
pues entonces quedó como casi como paralítico, like just he didn't have
so he was completely sad. He thought that he had finally found something that he was good at that would maybe make his mom proud of him, because James was in the Army, and he adopted him y él lo cuidaba, so he thought that maybe that would help his mom que lo mirara better. Yeah, so he couldn't continue his career in the Army, and he was honorably discharged, and he was released to Judy's care.
Let's take a quick break. Persons of Interest is back, and it's bigger than ever.
That scream will echo in my head for many years.
Taser! Taser! He's gonna shoot!
Oi! Shot fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Stay out! You got a gun on you!
He had the perfect aim.
I am absolutely stressed at that point. I have no idea where my officers are.
Persons of Interest available everywhere you get your podcasts.
I don't know about that. I'm sorry. I know that you were trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, pero
The what?
the benefit of the doubt, pero I don't know.
At this point,
esta pinche la Yuri.
So on May 13th, 1980, which was not very long after Michael was released to La Yuri's care, he moved in with her, and she planned like a little outing with her and Kimberly and James Jr. and Michael. They went to a river, Y
No
it
me
was,
digas que luego la verga.
it was like I don't want to say a recreational area, but people would go there like to chill and like
For picnic and
fish.
stuff like that.
Yeah, like
okay.
canoeing. Y
Shit that we don't do.
Yeah, not here. So Kimberly se sentó. She was there like fishing or whatever. Y la Judy wanted to go on a canoe.
No, lo va a ahogar a la verga. Te estoy diciendo yo ahorita. No.
She did. James Jr. went with her, and Michael did too.
Con los braces y todo, the difficulty he was having walking.
And she made him go on a canoe.
She grabbed a lawn chair, put it in the middle of the canoe, y lo sentó. And then estaba James Jr. y estaba ella, and they paddled out. You know, they said it was very common for people to fucking canoe out over
Sí,
there.
güey, no hay pedo, but
No,
not
sí.
if you're half ¿Cómo se dice, güey?
Paraplegic.
Oh,
Yeah.
mames.
So yeah, estaban ahí, and they rowed your boat to the low center of the lake. Y remember,
Why the center? Why didn't you stay at the edge?
and that's the thing. Michael, with all these braces,
He was heavy.
50 pounds. That was over 50 pounds of gear that he was wearing. So like I said, they paddled out, and they don't know how, pero se volteó el barco.
No, you don't know how.
you don't know how.
I'll tell you how, bitch. You fucking put this poor boy in this damn chair, a lawn chair at that. Y luego lo vas a llevar y luego you don't know how he flipped over, motherfucker? Hell
So
no.
Judy said that she, they all fell into the water y que she saw James and she swam to James, and then she tried to take him ashore, and then that she was looking for Michael, pero ya no lo encontró.
A salvó al que sí podía nadar, pero al otro no lo salvó.
Dice que ya no lo vio y Michael drowned. And he was 18.
No, estas mamadas.
Of course, llega la policía, llega the news right there, and they're giving a recount of the events, and they, said it was an accident. You want to know something fucking weird?
What?
That Judy described herself as Dr. Judy Buenoano, a clinical physician in Fort Walton. And that was reported. She said, the Dr. Judy Buenoano, a clinical physician in Fort Walton, survived drowning. That was like the headline, the news headline.
But she wasn't a doctor, no?
Exactly.
But I'm wondering, you said the news, so this was a news reporter that she told us to.
Yeah.
So I wonder, if anybody, was like, I know that woman. That's not her name. Or maybe Bobby Joe's mom.
Yeah, but she was in Alabama.
Well, true.
It's like if it's local news.
But or let me ask you this, or maybe what about the people that when you go to the hospital and you tell them, well, what's some of your family history? Well, my first husband died, and then my second husband died.
But it wasn't her second husband, technically, right?
It wasn't her husband.
They were married.
True.
And they were out in Colorado.
Yeah. And it's not like social media now that you can
Exactly.
Look
Yeah, like
true.
you could just Google
That's what
somebody,
you can Google it, yeah.
Así quedó, it was... They were like, okay, fue un accidente. They're like, oh, she's a doctor. Why would she lie? Like we said, La Yuri, your son is paralyzed and can swim.
With 50 pounds of shit on him.
And lo metes a este barco and you guys all fall. But like you said, you save the son that can swim and not the one that can't. Why?
Yeah.
Why? The police took Judy's word that it was an accident. Exactly, why would you believe that it wasn't an accident, right? They don't know. They don't know her. They don't know her life.
And they don't know that one of the children could swim, and the other one, they didn't know that.
Yeah, they didn't know that she was trying to kill him off or what. It was her son.
Pues sí, pero did they know that he was in the gear or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, but when it's a drowning thing, you have to. What do you do? Who do you go to first? It's as a parent, you're you're in shock. So they could be like, oh well, she just didn't know. She freaked out, and she went to the first one that was near her.
Y luego James Jr. dijo, yeah, she saved me. She pulled me to shore, or whatever. He corroborated
Sí,
what she was
pero
saying.
también, how did she know that it was that deep in that spot?
They go there. It was like a...
But that's what I'm saying. What a coincidence that you're going to row all the way to that specific spot and knowing that he's heavy.
Yeah. I mean, we know that. We know that.
I don't know. I would question that. I question shit on the news all the time.
So Judy claimed a total of 6 insurance policies that were taken out on Michael.
Espérate, what?
They were mostly smaller ones, like 15, 20K. And she also tried to claim one that was through the Army. Pero the Army weren't so sure about this accident, right? This whole thing being an accident. So they kind of did their own little investigation. But Judy was very persistent, diciéndole, no, it was an accident, that when they were passing through where the little canoe was, there's trees on the side or whatever, y que se les cayó una snake. Cuando cayó la snake, se hizo commotion y se volteó el canoe.
Dude, let me tell you about that. You know my Weatherford Lake story where the snake almost fell on me from a branch.
What?
And yes, and I could not row
your boat?
I could not. I was like...
Well, if y'all don't know my sister, she has really little bitty hands and little really bitty arms. Small as fuck.
Think T-Rex.
Go ahead.
Yes. And
so
that could technically happen because I was freaking out. And we did flip.
Really?
Yes, we did flip. And every time, when we were rowing in circles.
Yeah, because everybody was rowing in separate ways. Yeah.
Yeah, because we weren't like synchronized.
We're not synchronized rowers.
You know? So that
you can see.
I can see it.
If you didn't know what you knew and she told you that, you'd be like, oh, I get it. Okay. So she gets it.
No, she gets it, but with her little bitty hands, she couldn't row.
That's the thing. She told him, this is what happened. It was an accident. And the army, they're like, how can you disprove that? You know? You can't.
But the army knew that he was poisoned.
No, but they think that, hold on, that's going to come back later too.
Okay.
They said that was part when he was in training, when he first initiated into the army, some training, they used a certain amount of arsenic and they think that he got into it and that he was poisoned by the army. That's why he got sick.
Okay.
That's what they think. So the army, they're like, okay, cool. Here's your little money. They gave her the insurance money. Michael, the insurance.
Michael is 18 years old and she had how many insurance
And I think one of the life insurance policies she took out on him when he was little.
So let's say the insurance policies that she took out on him after he got sick and he had...
No, but he had some little...
You could see okay, well, he's no longer...
valid.
Yeah, he has this poisoning. It was because of the army. Now he has to be this new person that's not physically capable of doing this. So just as a precaution, let me go ahead and take out these policies.
You're being devil's advocate a little bit here.
Yes, I am.
But she said
because I'm the one that had a snake fall into her canoe.
Not only that, but the thing is, I'm just saying Estela just said that she got him something when he was little.
That one's different.
It was one. Yeah.
But again,
I'm just saying,
assuming positive intent, as a parent, if your child gets sick one day and you're like, I just don't know, let me go ahead and just take it out, and then you forget about it.
Yeah.
Just assuming positive intent.
Okay.
Yeah. So they ended their investigation. And like I said, she got the money in mid-September 1980, and which was about $20,000 there. So La Judy aquí.
Is anybody keeping track of how much money she has now?
No, but she has a shitload.
She has a lot of monies.
Should I count it? A ver.
We'll count it at the end because we're not done.
Pues es que le voy a poner el calculator.
Oh, sí. So La Judy, she was living the high life. She had lost her son, pero financially,
she was stable.
She was up there, yeah.
Y no tenía que hacer de comer ni hacer lonche. No tenía man.
No.
Ni lavar los pinches, la ropa and shit.
Excuse me. So like I said, she was living the high life. She opened a salon called Fingers and Faces.
Fingers and Faces.
That's strange.
No mames. A ver, say it in Spanish. Dedos y caras.
Buenos días. Está llamando a Dedos y Caras.
¿En qué le puedo ayudar?
Caras y dedos.
Caras y dedos.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she was driving Corvette.
You know what? At this
no,
point,
ya se pasó.
She doesn't care.
No, at this point ya se pasó de verga.
She just spend her money.
Yeah. So she was making money. She had her own business.
The only thing I want to know was if the vet was red and that right there.
I think they said it was white.
Oh, she had a snow bunny. She had a snow bunny.
So in 1981, Judy met and started dating local businessman John. It's Gentry or Gentry because it's with the Gentry.
I think it's Gentry. But I don't know.
Gentry. Okay. He was 35 and Judy at this point was like 38, 39. And John had a very successful business. I think he was in the carpet and flooring business, and he had 2 sons from a previous marriage, and he was separated. He was also an army veteran también.
Where these men's are, because I need to find out where I need to find out where these men's are at. He's listen to what she said, sister. Okay,
I'm just thinking some girls you're like, I can't even get a text back. And here's just Judy.
Not Judy.
Getting all types of dudes.
And not only that, but she has all these monies. And not only that, but bro, this man is a businessman. El Bobby Joe pues tenía dinerito, tú sabes algo, también no estaba pobre. Y luego pues
Ella no estaba pobre.
Ella no está pobre. Y este guy, he has a flooring company, dejado, 35 years old. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Where you at?
And they had a very good relationship, and they
As they all. She has great relationships.
And they were living the high life together. You know, they went out to eat at expensive restaurants. They traveled. He'd buy like
everything
super expensive shit for her, and you know
everything I want, sister.
She didn't go to McDonald's.
No.
Like us?
No. A la taquería.
Caviar.
Al compadre? No. Okay.
John moved into Judy's home in August of 1981.
Ey, esto va rápido, tú.
Yeah, it's pretty. I'm thinking. I was just thinking that you know,
dude, because you said 80, se le murió.
You said 79. You said 80, and then 81, and then now she's with somebody new.
Yeah, and
y
John,
tiene los dedos y las caras.
Sí, el business. Sí, y so los two sons de John ended up meeting La Judy, and they loved her, and everybody got along great. It was like one little happy blended family.
The fuck?
Brady bunch.
I don't know.
They all is well and dandy, and in October of 1982, Judy and John take out life insurance policies on each other. Okay?
I wonder how that conversation went.
Everybody.
Look, I'm not going to be spending no extra money on buying my husband an insurance policy. Se muere, lo enterramos.
Sí, pues qué más.
So one day, Judy le empezó a dar unas vitaminas de vitamin C a John because he had been fighting like a cough or something. And she was like, hey, you know, I have these vitamin C. Here, take them.
Le estaba dando Flintstones, hermana. Flintstones.
They're the Flintstones. So in 1982,
no tiene ni un pinche año,
un año.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
12 meses.
O sea, like a year and a half.
12 meses, o sea, de un Christmas a otro.
Yeah, in 1982, on December 15th, John got really, really sick and he was hospitalized. Y he had extreme nausea and vomiting. And since he was in the hospital and was not taking these vitamin C capsules,
he got well.
He got better and he was released to go home. That same day, Judy began giving him again these vitamin C capsules, and his symptoms returned. He stopped taking them like on his own, and he noticed que cuando se esperaba de tomar, that he would be okay.
Oye, ¿y qué marido le hace caso a su mujer? Porque yo le doy vitaminas or a su girlfriend.
Yeah. Pero es que ellos tienen dinero.
O porque el mío no me hace caso. A ver, dile tú a tu marido que se toma.
Nada. La fregada.
No, y luego Vanessa, ¿te sientes mejor? No.
Oh, yeah, never.
I'm not okay.
Never. Like, dude, never. There's not a day, like, if I'm like, here, take this little vitamin or take this antibiotic, you know, if you feel a little better. No. I'm like, okay, pues muérete.
And when he takes fucking 7 fucking Zyrtex and shit.
Oh, no, pero he could take 8 Claritin y eso that cures it all.
Oh, Claritin?
Claritin
D?
Yes.
The one behind the counter?
One behind the counter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Pero no, le das una... No, y el mío igual. No, he'll be like, no, pues es que I can't take... Se lo toma 2 días y luego qué bonito ha de ser que le hagan caso, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
And, you know, I wonder, like, you know, what Judy's kids are thinking. Think about it. They're seeing all these people just like dropping like flies. Like, all these people just gone.
Their half brother.
You know, their half brother. Yeah. So although people can't Google her and other people can't find her and know what's going on, like the kids know what's happening.
Yeah.
And at this point, they're old enough to where they know that there's something up. Like, why are all these people around me dying?
So, like I said, John se las paraba de tomar. But I think, like, in his mind, he never really thought that there's something was wrong, that something was suspicious. He's like, oh, nada más no me caen bien las vitamin C. Algo que no me caen bien. I'm just going to stop taking them.
You wouldn't think a family member's trying to kill you.
I don't know.
No what?
You never know.
You would never think a family member's trying to kill you.
No.
I don't know. Are you trying to kill me, bitch?
No.
You?
I don't care.
No, pues nada más. She's like, I don't care.
I'm like, are you?
But, you know, I do have some little tablets in a little Ziploc bag. If you need one, I mean, I'll give you.
No, motherfucker. You don't got no damn life insurance on me.
That you know of.
That you know. Hey, motherfucker.
Now we're jumping to June of 1983.
Okay,
so ya pasaron 2 años.
Yeah, like 2 years. And La Judy le dice a John that she's pregnant.
Oh.
Does Judy think that he's still taking these vitamins?
Maybe. I'm not quite sure. Yeah. Because I think he took him to his office or something like that. Y le dijo que, like, okay, I'm pregnant. And John was like, oh, shit, so she's pregnant. You know, maybe
she's close to 40.
Yeah.
By this time.
Yeah. And so John's like, maybe we should get married now. You know, you're pregnant. I mean, we've been together, like 2 years by now. Maybe the idea of marriage was kind of like floating around, right? On June 25th, Judy had kind of like a farewell dinner for one of her employees that worked at Dedos y Caras.
Dedos y Caras. O Caras y Dedos.
No, Caras y Dedos. They were leaving. She was like, I'm going to throw you this dinner party, blah, blah, blah. So...
Bitch, you don't throw me a dinner party.
Never.
Oh, fuck you.
Or us to her, she's our employee.
Exactly.
Hey, you don't.
I'm waiting for my Christmas bonus, you know?
Bitch, it's not Christmas yet,
I
huh?
hope you get one. Shoot.
This bitch thinks he's gonna get
basket of turkey.
Nothing, no. You can have a cup of coffee.
Judy le dijo a John, hey, do you mind just going to help set up? And I'll go over there in a little bit, right? But I need you to park at this specific spot.
Employee of the month.
Yeah.
Spot, kind of.
Yeah. But this is her boyfriend. Yeah. Almost baby daddy. So, le hizo caso, right? And
¿Otra vez te digo?
¿Le está haciendo caso todo?
O sea, yo necesito saber qué son las vitamin C's porque para darle una a mi marido porque a mí no me hacen caso, hermana.
So Judy llega like a little bit later, right? And she parked her little Corvette, down 2 blocks or whatever.
2 blocks?
Yeah. So everyone arrives, and the dinner party is on and popping, and eventually kind of starts winding down.
They got the Bad Bunny going.
Yeah. So John, como que, la gente se está yendo, and Judy's like, just go home and go buy me some champagne, and then we'll celebrate that, I'm pregnant. So he was going to drink, not her, but, for them to, just kind of, have,
he was already kind of tipsy and shit,
And she walks him to the door and everything, and he's like, okay, cool. He was going to go buy the champagne. Otra vez estaba haciendo caso.
I need those fucking vitamins.
And I think that's why our husbands don't listen to us, because they know that they would probably be in trouble.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I'll be fucking people up.
So he leaves the restaurant, goes to his car, turns it on.
Don't tell me the car blows up.
It blows up.
Shit. What?
Yep.
Bien pinche novela, güey. No
explodes.
mames.
It explodes. And everybody in the restaurant, of course.
It was her car, right? It was the bunny?
No, it was his car.
It was his car.
He went out first. That's why she was like, hey, I need you to park at this specific place. And it blew up. So la gente sale del restaurant, and Judy comes out running, and people are following her behind her. And, she starts screaming and wailing and crying. And she even... Haciendo show. Like, she even has seizures, según. Y tira al piso y toda la madre.
Se tiró al piso, hermana. No mames.
And I was watching a show, I think it's called... I don't know if it was World's Worst Killers or something like that, but there's an episode on Judy, and on there that John got ejected from the car, but the former assistant general that is talking about this case on there says that he got ejected from the car, but that his shoes stayed on the floorboard of the car.
That is the creepiest shit ever.
Yeah. So llega la policía
with such force, bro.
But if it was, why was it on the episode of the?
It's called
Dumbest Criminals or something.
No, world's worst killers.
Worst
killers. Like they
being
kill,
the worst.
Yeah, like not
people.
like stupid asses.
Okay.
Well, yeah, they are stupid asses, but
Yeah, they're trash.
Yeah, basura. Llega la policía, la ambulancia, and they're just all over the place.
Llega tirada porque pues está devastated.
She's devastated.
Porque el baby daddy se le murió.
And John gets rushed to the hospital, literally clinging to life by a hair. And he goes into surgery ASAP, and he makes it. He survives.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's the bad bitch of the story.
Of the story.
Yeah, he's the bad bitch of the story.
There's always a bad bitch in the story.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's him.
Because there's always one that fucks you up, that gives it back to you. And that's how
that gets you in trouble.
Yeah. And that's how you get caught.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's a bad bitch.
Since his car exploded, the ATF was called, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So everybody's involved. They're involved. Yeah. His car got taken off and, into evidence and shit, and it was being inspected.
Because now they're thinking, okay, is there somebody out there putting out bombs and shit?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. People's cars.
Yeah. Terrorists and shit.
Yeah, terrorist attack, yeah.
Detectives question la Judy. And, they get all her normal background information, the routine of their daily or life or whatever. And she tells them que John had been receiving threatening letters y que le hablaban por teléfono y que le colgaban. And the police, of course, they're like, oh, fuck, what is all this shit, They look into it and it's like BS, right? It's bullshit. No sale nada.
So, so they talk to Judy and then they talk to other people, friends, family. And then they find out that...
Que la Judy had lied to John when they first started dating and stuff. La güey le dijo a John que she had went to school and she had all these credentials. Le dijo that she had gone to nursing school with a PhD in biochemistry and psychology from the University of Alabama. Y le dijo that she had been the head of nursing at West Florida Hospital.
Wow.
No,
well, she's not even a nurse, bitch.
She's nursing assistant.
Nursing assistant.
Assistant, yeah.
Yeah, she did a PhD in biochemistry and psychology. They also learned that Judy was telling her friends que John tenía terminal cancer. But she had been telling them that
terminal
cancer since a year before, since 1982. Les andaba diciendo eso a sus amigas.
Para que no estuvieran surprised que cuando se moría.
No digas eso de la Judy, porque...
And también, they also found out that she had been making travel arrangements for her and her kids without John. And I believe she had booked an 180-day cruise around the world.
That's so fucking badass, by the way, but damn.
Yeah.
180-day cruise around the world. Pues tiene el dinero.
She has the money, so that wouldn't
be...
Sí,
pero without John, though, porque es su baby daddy.
But if John is in the hospital, when they're interrogating her, she could have said, you know what, I was going to take my kids on a birthday cruise or something, and he wasn't going. That's perfectly normal. I go on vacations all the time without my husband.
That's true.
But you don't give him vitamin C.
No, but I might start doing it.
So, like I said, they managed to speak to John 4 days later. They let him know all this shit that they found out on esa la Judy, that she had been making travel arrangements without him, y que she'd been telling her friends que se iba a morir. They also tell her that bitch is lying, that she couldn't have...
They confronted her.
They confronted her, and she couldn't have any kids because she had, sterilized in 1975.
Damn.
So era mentira that she was pregnant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Se quería casar la compa.
Mm-hmm. The conversation of the vitamin C capsules came up con John. He tells him that, they made him sick and that he stopped taking them. And when he did, he felt better and, blah, blah, blah.
So John is singing like a bird.
The detectives are like, oh, so where are all these pills, right? Like, he was like, oh, I have him in my office where I work. They were like, okay, we're going to take some. We're going to send them out for testing.
Them.
Yeah. También the life insurance policies come up. We're talking to John. Y John tells him, he was like, we used to have one, but it was canceled. And it was only for like $50,000. Detectives tell him that no, it wasn't canceled. And it was for $500,000.
Damn.
Judy had upped it and she was paying the premiums out of her pocket.
She was planning this.
So el pobre, I'm sure he was like...
In choke. He was in choke.
In choke. And he's over here thinking that he was gonna marry this lady because she was pregnant with this fucking kid, and you're just pretty much telling me that he fucking tried to kill me and take me for my money.
And she wasn't pregnant.
And she wasn't pregnant.
She couldn't have babies.
When the results came back of the vitamin C tablets, results showed that the capsules contain I always have a hard time saying this word. Paraformaldehyde, which is a class 3 poison. And a class 3 poison, that materials are estimated to be fatal to an adult human at some dose in excess of 30 grams. That paraformaldehyde pretty much deteriorates your organs. And it was deteriorating John's organs, but in a slow manner. So it wasn't just going to be, you're going to take them or you're going to die right here. It was like a slow process.
Oh, no, lo quería matar con tiempo.
So, no, I wonder if what happened was she started giving him the vitamin C and he just wasn't getting
dying
sick
fast enough.
So she's like, I need to go to plan B.
Because she would stop taking them. Tampoco, she couldn't be like, hey, are you taking your vitamins?
She can't
do that. That's
no, because
suspicious.
he was only taking it cuando tenía la tos.
Yeah.
Like cuando tenía
she was probably like, why isn't this working? Like, I've given this man these vitamins for a year and a half and he's still doing well and dandy.
Yeah.
Making money.
Yeah, so when they found that out, they got a warrant. We're like, okay, we need to go search this whole house.
Yeah.
Get that bitch.
They searched her home, and on July 27th, they found wire and tape in the bedroom that seemed to match the homemade bomb that was in John's car.
A homemade bomb?
This bitch made a homemade bomb.
She made a homemade fucking bomb, bitch.
Yeah. And, like I said, his car had been taken to get inspected, and it was evidence, so they were able to match it up. So they were also able to link her to buying the dynamite through phone records. Like, she was calling up somebody up in Alabama.
No mames.
Dozens of phone calls and stuff.
Bought the dynamite.
Yeah.
Hello, this is Lowe's. Do you have any dynamite?
How are you? I'm calling from Fingers and Faces. I wanted to see if you had dynamite available.
The deadly dynamite.
The deadly kind.
The one that really makes sure you're dead?
Yeah.
The one you can put in a car.
Yeah, you can put in a car.
I'm not gonna, but you could.
But I'm not going to really do that. Yeah. But just in case.
Dude, who the fuck, like, where do...
Doesn't that, like, paying somebody, like, somebody's fucking buying dynamite?
You would think so. Like, I think now it does, but back then, of course, it didn't.
Yeah. Bitch, but how the hell do you go to the store and just buy sticks of dynamite, bitch? Like, can I just buy 3 sticks of dynamite? Maybe 4.
You buy sticks of cinnamon,
yeah,
not sticks of dynamite.
No, but what if you have a shed that you're just trying to blow up?
No, motherfucker.
Yes,
no, hermana.
No, people do that kind of shit.
People do that type of stuff.
I'm just saying, like, bitch, I'm gonna need somebody to have one of those. There's somebody trying to buy dynamite up in here, motherfucker.
Like the blue light special, the little blue light.
hey, somebody's buying dynamite over here in fucking Alabama. And tape, surgical or whatever. And wire.
Yeah.
And she thinks she's a doctor and she's not.
But I really think what happened was, again, he wasn't dying fast enough with the vitamin C.
Sure.
So she had to do she's probably thinking one night, you know what? I need a better plan.
I need to go give me some dynamite.
I need to get some dynamite and I need to blow his ass up.
And she made sure it was public. I mean, so people could be like,
it happened. We were all having fun. They were sitting together. They were lovey-dovey. They're excited about their baby. Yeah, so that's what happened. She was like, you know what? I'm tired of this man. I need to go ahead and kill him kind of fast.
Bitch, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I need the $500. Like, did she need the $500,000? Like, for real?
She was used to living that kind of life.
Oh, pues sí, sin trabajar.
Yeah.
So, y pues las manos y las caras.
That was just
spirit fingers at this point.
No, that was just
like a front.
A front. That was just a front.
No, supposedly it was her salons were successful. I think she had more than one.
Bitch, who the fuck is gonna? You know what? If you tell me that you are going to, I'll be back. I made an appointment and fingers and bitch. I'm gonna be like, bitch, don't go, please.
Well, changing topic a little bit, but Chiquis Rivera, her salon was called Blow Me Dry.
Well, I get that. That's catchy to me.
But fingers and toes might be catchy to some
fingers
people.
And faces, wait.
I really thought it was fingers and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
No, it's fingers and faces, motherfucker. Yeah. And if you tell me I have an appointment, where's your appointment at? Not visible changes. No, fingers and faces.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at you like you stupid. I'm sorry. I sure am.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because after finding all this evidence against Judy in her home, it was enough to arrest her. So they go and arrest her at her salon, speaking of. So ahí van y la arrestan in her front of her clientela and stuff.
No la agarraron en el Snow Bunny, en el bed?
No. Oh. And she was arrested on charges of attempted murder. But she was able to bail out.
She had the money.
Yeah, she had the money.
And again, her kids know that all this is going on. They have to know that something's wrong.
But this is like the kids.
Yeah, because think about it, okay?
But I'm not going to be a rat. I'm not going to rat on my parent.
And I feel like when you're younger, like,
you're scared.
Te dice, you believe.
Yeah.
You know?
But they're not that young now.
I think Michael...
Michael's 18 when he died.
Michael passed away, I'm sorry. Pero I feel like... I think he was like... James Jr.
James? Yeah,
I think he was like 16. Por ahí. Y aquella... Well, she was like a year younger. So like... 15, la muchacha. Yeah.
Pero ya said that because my kids be telling on me all the time.
Then. Yeah, you know better.
No, motherfucking my kids, they be telling me on me quick. Like, my mom said this.
But who are they going to tell?
They got any other family. Yeah.
Oh shit! I
didn't have any other family to go to, so maybe they were the kids that just don't, like Estela said, just believe everything their mom says and they're just gonna take it.
No, y también like if she's just buying what they want,
maybe they're involved. They're like they have their own thing going on, sports, school, so on and so forth. Yeah, you keep them busy. So
the fact that
we're all just speculating here, of course, guys.
It's not. Yeah, and then the fact that your almost stepdad just blew the fuck up and left his shoes inside the car. Like, I mean, bitch, that's some shit.
That's some shit,
I'm gonna need you to say something.
That's some good ass shit.
That's some good. Them bitches were good, bitch. Them shits were glued onto the car. Oh my God, this is some good ass shoes. We're gonna need them Timberlands, bro. Them bitches were, them Jordans.
They ain't falling off.
They Yeezys, bro. They ain't falling. Bitches are in the car.
Hasta la muerte.
Hey, sí, no hasta la muerte.
Literally.
No, there's some good ass shoes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did John do?
So, no, when she was out in bail, of course, the detectives were still investigating.
Yeah.
No, because they go out in bail, but it's an act of crime,
So, she was arrested again. Now we're in 1984. So she was arrested.
Bro, I can't believe this time is like
jumping. She started pretty young.
Yeah.
Like she started young.
This bitch started like
killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or yes. Yeah.
Yes. Like fuck, man. You started like this bitch wasted no time.
Yeah.
No, she didn't waste no time.
So, like I said, she was arrested again on January 11th of 1984 for grand theft for insurance scam. Since it seems that the Michael's signature seemed to have been forged on his insurance policies.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And
so es que si haces vergadas, it's gonna come back and bite you in the ass.
I wonder if I'm sure you're gonna get to that, but have they found out all the other insurance money?
Yeah, well, I'm getting there. So she got arrested for insurance scam, and also she got arrested for the murder of her son Michael.
Stop.
Yeah.
I wonder, how did they find that out?
Shit.
Because I mean, they
just put two and two
they
together.
started looking into her.
Dos y dos
yeah,
son
they're like,
cuatro.
she tried to kill
Cuatro y dos son-
Michael. I mean, she tried to
son
kill.
ocho?
She tried to kill James. John.
Yeah.
John.
So many J's.
Yeah, she tried to kill John for his money, so they're like, "Oh, her son died.
Oh, okay.
Accidentally." She says it was an accident, so they arrested her.
Did she say she did it or no?
No, she always denied
She denied it.
everything.
Okay. Yeah, of course, because when they're motherfuckers like that, they deny shit.
Yeah. So detective also, they looked into her previous significant others that passed away, and in the manner of death,
accidents.
yeah, that they did. They were like, oh, she tried to kill John. Maybe she tried to do the same to the other ones. So they decided to exhume the bodies of James Goodyear, Bobby Joe Morris, and Michael Buenoano.
Pero Bobby Joe pues estaba
Yeah, they go get him.
en Alabama.
Yeah.
Con su mamá.
Yeah.
So in 1984, we're still in 1984.
Dude, what the fuck?
James Goodyear's remains were exhumed and his tissue samples were examined. And they revealed that the levels of arsenic found in the liver, kidneys, hair, nails indicated chronic exposure to arsenic poisoning, which resulted in his death. And it was enough, the amount of arsenic in his body was enough to kill 15 people. 15.
What the fuck?
15 people.
Es que en ese entonces no sabía todavía calcularle bien como
Because that was her first one.
That was her first one.
Yeah. Y
So le dio de más.
Well, I mean, remember, this is in 1984. In 1984 is when it was the Tylenol murders, también, arsenic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, that was episode 7, 4, 5? Early episodes. I can't remember.
You said 745. What the fuck?
It was one of those episodes. I can't remember.
Ahorita me voy a fijar.
And then also in 1984, Bobby Joe Morris, the same thing, a detective from Colorado joined the Pensacola Police Department in Alabama, and they exhumed his remains. And the exact same thing, his tissue matched James's, and the level of arsenic in his body was enough to kill 10 people.
Wow. No, y es que ahí le mejoró. 15 todavía no, but now 10, you know, she's getting better.
So Michael's body también was exhumed, and it also showed lethal levels of arsenic, which we already knew because, at first they thought that he had been poisoned because from the army.
Yeah.
But
Army.
Yeah. But now they're thinking that, no, it wasn't that. It was she poisoned him and he didn't die. So then she drowned him.
Again.
Yeah.
First plan didn't work. You have to go to plan B.
The trial for Michael's murder began on March 22nd of también 1984. And it was the first one. Like I said, she was denied any wrongdoing. She had nothing to do with all of this. But she was convicted 9 days later and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for Michael's murder.
Michael, okay.
Yeah. Her trial for the attempted murder of James Gentry began on October 15th of 1985. It lasted 3 days. And on the 18th of October, she was found guilty and sentenced to 12 years in prison, which was to serve consecutively with the life sentence for Michael's.
And they didn't do all the trials together. They did them separately.
Yeah.
That makes it worse because that means she can get more time if they do them together, probably.
Yeah, but dude, she's already gonna serve life.
Pues sí, güey, pero como quiera. Para que it makes it a little bit more like...
For the family.
No, it also fucks with their brain more, no?
The murder trial for James Goodyear también started on October 22nd of 1985, and it lasted a week, where Judy, of course, denied any wrongdoing todavía. And for James, she was found guilty of first-degree murder, and she was sentenced on November 26th to death by electrocution.
Damn.
By electrocution.
Mm-hmm. So prosecutors for the state of Colorado decided not to move forward with the case against her for Bobby Joe, in Colorado, because he died over there, since she had already been sentenced to death. Yeah. So
I would have, but let's just add a little bit more,
Yeah.
Yeah, but you only have one life, dude. Like, there's no way.
Though they're going to re-kill her and re-kill her and re-kill her.
Yeah, so she filed appeals, of course, and they were all, denied or shut down.
Bitch, there's no way. You blew up this man with the shoes were inside the car still.
Yeah. And Judy spent her final hours surrounded by her kids, Kimberly and James Jr., and I think religious advisors and her legal team and stuff. And she was executed on March 30th of 1998, and she was 54 years old.
She was so young, dude.
Yeah. And in the state of Florida, she was the first woman to be put to death since 1848.
Damn.
And the only third woman executed in the U.S. since 1976.
So, it's kind of weird that normally, what from what I know, you spend about 20 years or 30 years.
Appeals.
And for her, it was pretty quick.
Yeah, because she got sentenced for that one in 1985. and she was executed in 1998.
They were like, we're going to kill her.
Well, I mean, it was 15 years, so I guess from 10 to 20 years. Yeah.
And no way, pero duran un chingo to kill them.
But not everybody. And you have to go through all your appeals todavía. You have to go through all your appeals.
Yeah, you have to go through all the appeals.
And
then they go to the governor and all of that stuff. Maybe for her,
what is it called? When you,
they
didn't have
Abbott.
State of...
execution, or... You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder what her last meal was.
It was on there. I should have put it on there. I forgot. She had tea or some shit. I mean, but yeah. But she was executed by electric chair. And that's the story of Judy Buenoano Goodyear, the Black Widow.
That was good. What you think, sister? This is your first story?
You just go there and like kill people. Like, no, you're seeing this person as you're slowly killing them. And you look them in the eye.
I like to analyze things. I analyze everything.
Shit, here we go.
And, I feel like if you start from the beginning, like what you were saying of her and the childhood that she had, I feel like that had a lot to do with...
I feel like it always does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plays a part. Yes, plays a part. I think then after that, I think that she had a lot of maybe, feelings and emotions or whatever, or just being like...
Y también, I guess they said that it might have been hard for her to, cuando su first husband, James, was in Vietnam and they had been arguing, that year before he left, or had been arguing more constantly. They were like, oh, well, he's over there in Vietnam and I'm here raising 3 kids by myself. Yeah. Le agarró coraje. And I think it was speculated that she had already met Bobby Joe while she was still married to James and he was in Vietnam.
Yeah.
So cuando regresó, they're like, she already knew Bobby. Y estos still weren't getting along anyway. So she was like, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of him.
See, wait, pero I mean, I just don't understand how the fucking balls to kill somebody.
No, but the thing is, like, if you start at the beginning and you already have this anger built up and you already feel this type of way, you kill the first person, and then it becomes easier to you.
Yeah, as you do.
And for her, she started getting addicted to the money. And so it was like, oh, they didn't catch me the first time, they didn't catch me the second time. You get comfortable.
Yeah.
And that's why she was like, shoot, I can do all this shit. Nothing's going to happen to me.
That's what they were saying. Like, if she would have stopped with John Gentry,
she would have gotten
away with it. If she would just like...
Just let it go.
Just let it
she
go,
wasn't.
bitch.
She got greedy.
And she did the biggest amount on his life insurance. She got greedy and she bumped it up to $500. That was going to be the big payout.
Yeah, that was going to be the big payout.
Yes, that's the big payout. So I feel like all of a lot of the ones that I've listened to and I've seen on the shows and stuff, it's either two things. It's either murder
or money.
Love or money. Or money.
And guys, by the way, Buenoano was executed in the electric chair in Florida, as we know. Her last meal consisted of broccoli, asparagus, strawberries, and hot tea.
Yeah. There you go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's just
she
crazy.
wanted a little bit of strawberries, a little something.
Yeah. Thanks for inviting me, guys. This was so much fun.
Thank you for coming.
I love true crime. I watch every single documentary. I actually go to sleep listening to things because it's just a talking kind of relaxes me. Although sometimes my husband's like,
it's kind of creepy that we go to sleep with shit like that. But I do it all the time. Yeah.
There's this one time that Beto was like, hey, and I'm like, what? And he's like, what are you listening to? And I don't know. And I was listening to something about occult and shit. He was like, estás oyendo cosas puras pendejadas, turn it down.
He was scared, huh?
Yeah, he started getting scared. It was about occult, and I was like, I love true crime, and I like to really get into it and really like discuss it and just to think about what's going on in someone's head and like try to analyze what's going on.
And I forgot to say too, que esta Kimberly la siguió until she was
executed. Her mom.
Kimberly did. She was like, my mom did not do it, and I think she fought until the end to have her mom not get executed or get her sentence downgraded to life in prison instead of death penalty.
Because we all have mothers and we all
want to believe that our parents
are good. Mm-hmm. And not only that, but eventually would like to.
And that's the thing. Like, I wonder maybe if there was a book, but it came out in 1991, and I wanted to buy it, but I couldn't buy it on my Kindle. I had to actually buy the physical copy, and it wasn't going to get here in time to do the episode. Pero I wonder if she was like a good mom. I know she wasn't to Michael, pero to James Jr. and Kimberly.
Maybe because if she was following her hasta el último, o sea, you never know.
Maybe she was a good mom, and maybe she was doing this to give them a good life.
Yeah,
because I'm sure they benefit from the money and the things that she bought them, and maybe vacations, extra
curricular they were going on a 180-day trip and shit.
Yeah. So anyway, also I wanted to mention a lot of the things that we do, a lot of the content that we put out, all of this is because of my sister. My sister was the first one that we told whenever we were thinking about doing this. She's the first one that said, you guys go for it. And so she's been there since day one. So we want to thank you for that.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, for joining us. And not only that, for believing that, here in the little garage, we're going to be able to do something.
Yeah.
And then and every week, whenever we put on an episode, she's our biggest cheerleader.
Yeah, she tells us, she gives us feedback.
I do.
Yeah.
Constructive
feedback.
I just love true crime, and I feel so bad for the families, and I really feel like, wow, like this really happened. Like someone really had the balls to just do all this shit and just get away with it or try to get away with it.
Like they end somebody's life, but because it didn't just end that life. You don't know how many people that affected, that you ended that person's life. Like this destroys family, like parents separate after their child dies or, or stuff, or they go down wrong paths or they ended up being,
That's sad. But like you said, it changes everyone's life. I mean, it changed. Michael lived a horrible childhood and a horrible life.
And he died at 18.
And he died at 18. Young.
And imagine like knowing that you're like, I feel like drowning is one of the worst ways to go.
Shit. No, actually it's not.
Really?
Yes, from what I hear, I look up this shit. What I hear, it's one of the best ways. Because when you're drowning, you lose consciousness, and you're like your body feels like it's floating. It's like you're high. Yeah. It's like this high, and then you die. So from what I hear, drowning is not that bad. Not compared like burning up.
You're like being set on fire.
Yes.
Or being shot.
Or being shot. And then I heard that drowning is the best way.
I still wouldn't. I think I'd rather be shot than be burned.
Yeah, true.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Or be popped out of a fucking car.
Yeah.
With the dynamite, bitch. I don't know about that. How many sticks of dynamite does she have? I don't know, but I'm concerned. I need to know about this.
That's crazy, though. That's crazy.
Yeah, I need to know where the fuck she got this dynamite from.
And I really do. Back then, they didn't have all of the technology that we have now to where they could see her laptop or they could see her phone when she was looking up where to buy dynamite or how to make a home
well, now, like I said, all of that's way easier now to track or, pin on somebody.
Shout out to the FBIs and all that.
Shout out to the FBI because sometimes we do talk shit about them.
Well, because, there's always bad people in every...
And there's always good people, but they did their job in this case, and we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you to my sister for being with us today.
Can I come back?
Yes.
Okay, I will.
Yeah. At any time. You can come at any time.
If you guys just want me to be back, I will.
Okay.
You don't have to force me.
For the 3 people that are listening, if you would like to
follow us on Instagram at
Cafecito and Crime Pod, or you can also email us at
cafecitoandcrimepod@gmail.com.
Oh, and by the way, the Tylenol murders was episode 7.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
That was right.
So y'all go listen that one and all of them and let us know what you think.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.